He didn't kill them. He controlled them, inspired by the Charles Manson murders. People think suburbs are safe because everything looks the same. Identical houses, trim lawns, porch lights glowing like little promises. But at night, when the lights go out one by one, you start to notice something unsettling. The silence isn't empty. It's attentive. Houses don't sleep. They absorb voices through thin walls. They memorize routines. They learn who feels lonely and who's easy to reach. And sometimes they pass those lessons on. The first kid went missing on a Tuesday. That detail stuck with me because Tuesdays were meaningless. Nothing bad ever happened on Tuesdays in our town. No crime, no sirens, no reason to lock your doors or look twice at your neighbors. His name was Evan, 17, honor roll, quiet. He lived 3 houses down from me. He told his parents he was going for a walk to clear his head. He never came back. Police said runaway. They always say that first. But the thing no one said out loud, the thing everyone seemed to avoid thinking about, was this. Evan had been spending a lot of time next door, at Charlie's house. The man moved in late summer. No family, no visitors, no history anyone could remember. Always smiling. He introduced himself to everyone on the street, helped carry groceries, fixed fences, remembered names after hearing them once. When you spoke to him, he didn't interrupt. He waited, watched, like he was cataloging something behind your eyes. Teenagers loved him. That should have terrified us. They started stopping by his house after school, sitting on the porch, talking long after dark. Parents didn't question it. He was polite, educated, calm. He called himself a mentor. I watched from my bedroom window sometimes. The kids never looked drunk, never high, just focused, like they were being tuned. After Evan disappeared, more kids started changing. Grades dropped overnight. Friend groups collapsed. Kids stopped going home. Some parents said their children stared at walls for hours. Others said they'd wake up in the middle of the night whispering. When confronted, the kids all said the same things, word for word. The world is sick. Someone has to clean it. He understands things you don't. I tried talking to one of them, a girl named Marissa. We'd grown up together. She looked at me like I was something fragile, something behind. You'll get it one day, she said gently, if you listen. That was the first time I felt afraid of someone I recognized. One night I saw Marissa leave her house just after midnight. No phone, no jacket, barefoot. She didn't look around. She walked straight next door. I followed, keeping to the shadows. The lights inside his house were on, too bright. Every curtain open. Through the window, I saw them standing in a circle. 6 teenagers, heads tilted at the same angle, hands relaxed at their sides. He stood in the middle, talking softly. I couldn't hear the words, but I could see what they did. Smiles, slow nods. One kid started crying. Another laughed. Someone whispered something, and the whole group reacted at once, like they'd rehearsed it. Then he stopped talking and turned his head and looked directly at me. Not surprised, not angry, expecting. I ran. The next morning, Marissa's parents reported her missing. I went to the police, told them everything. They checked the house that afternoon. Nothing. No blood, no restraints, no signs of violence, just notebooks, dozens of them, pages filled with handwriting that wasn't his. Teenagers' handwriting, practice sentences, reflections, lists of necessary actions, names crossed out, addresses circled. My address was written neatly at the top of one page, underlined. That's when I realized something worse than murder was happening. He wasn't killing them, he was preparing them, teaching them how to disconnect, how to obey without hesitation, how to believe that violence was mercy, that sacrifice was progress, that love meant loyalty. When the police finally arrested him, he didn't resist, didn't deny anything. He just smiled and said, "I never touched anyone." And he was right. They couldn't hold him. No bodies, no proof. He moved out 2 weeks later. The disappearances didn't stop. They spread. Different houses, different towns, different usernames online saying the same things in the same order. The world is sick. Someone has to clean it. Sometimes, late at night, I hear footsteps outside my house. Slow, deliberate. Sometimes I see people standing across the street, watching my windows, not breaking in, not knocking, waiting. Because once you teach someone how to think, you don't need to be there anymore. I don't know where he is now, but sometimes when I close my eyes, I hear his voice in my head, calm, patient, reassuring, telling me I see things others don't, telling me I've always understood, telling me I was chosen long before I noticed. And the scariest part is this: I don't remember when I stopped arguing with him. If you made it to the end, like the video, subscribe and stay alert. New horror stories every week, because monsters don't always hide in the woods. Sometimes they move in next door.
You know, if I wanted to kill somebody, I'd take this book and beat you to death with it, and I wouldn't feel a thing.